Hello, my name is Cyrus. I'm going to take you through Introduction to Computer, where we're going to define some terms used in computer. Like now, we are going to define what is a computer. We will define a program, what is data, what information. Yeah, let's start. A computer is an electronic device that works under control of programs stored in its memory unit. A computer is an electronic device that works under the control of programs stored in its memory. Yeah, so a computer, the first thing you're looking at is a computer must be an electronic device. Why is a computer an electronic device? And, because it uses electricity. And you can also say a computer is an electronic machine that processes raw data to give information as output. You must specify that it's an electronic device. A computer automatically accepts data and instructions as input from an input device, stores them temporarily in its memory, then processes that data according to the instructions given. And finally, it transfers the processed data, which is information. We're going to look at it, to an output device. Now, let me explain a bit. A computer is described as an electronic device because it is made up of electronic components and it uses electric energy. Right? A computer has internal memory which stores data and instructions temporarily awaiting for processing. We're going to look at those types of internal memory where data is stored temporarily waiting for processing. It works on the data using the instructions issued. Means that the computer cannot do any useful job on its own. It can only work at the set of instructions issued. A computer will accept data in one form and produce it in another form. The data is normally held within the computer as it is being processed. Now, let's talk about these programs that help the computer execute the instructions. Now, what is a program? A program is a set of related instructions written in the language of a computer and is used to make the computer perform a specific task. If that is a lot of jargon to you, a program is a set of related instructions which specify how the data is to be processed. Also, you can say it's a set of instructions used to guide a computer through a process. Right? Now, let's look at what data is. Data is a collection of raw facts, figures, or instructions that do not have much meaning to the user. Data is a set of raw facts, a collection of raw facts, figures, or instructions. We have talked about a program, meaning a program is also data is also part of the program, and it does not have much meaning to the user. but it adds meaning to the process being undertaken in the computer. So that is what we call data. Data may be in form of numbers, alphabet, letters, symbols, yeah, that can be processed to produce what we are going to see next, which is information. Now, what is information? Information is data which has been refined, summarized, manipulated into the way you want it, or into a more meaningful form for decision making. The information must be accurate, timely, complete, and relevant. That is what information is. Someone can ask you, uh, give an example of data and information. How data is, what is data and what is information? What you'll say is, an example is short notes. When you're in class and you're taking short notes, you're writing in the back of your notebook, and yeah, it doesn't have a lot of meaning. If somebody takes those notes and looks at them, say, hey, what are these notes? But okay, you know it. You are the program, you are the computer. You know what you have written. But after you refine them, you write them in front of your book where your notes are. Somebody can take your notebook and read and say, hey, this is information. Now this is a something that has been processed and refined, summarized and manipulated to make sense. Okay? So that's an example. Now somebody must ask you to give types of data. We have two types of data. You can see on your screen we have digital data and analog data. Digital data is discrete in nature. Like, I'll show you what discrete means. It must be represented in form of numbers, alphabets, or symbols for it to be processed by a computer. So digital data is obtained by counting, like e.g. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. You see, now that is digital data. And analog, which is continuous in nature, it must be represented in physical nature in order to be processed by the computer. Analog data is obtained by measurement, e.g. pressure, temperature, humidity, length, or current. The output is in form of smooth graphs from which the data can be read. Before we continue, I want to show you example of digital and analog data signal. So in digital, look at how discrete it is. It has corners. It goes like this. It goes up, down, up, down, up and down, up and down. This is digital signals. See? Sideways up. This is what we call a digital signal. But now, we've talked about an analog signal being continuous. Continuous in the sense that it has no corners. It's continuous. Let's see. Because the difference is visible. You can see. Yeah. Now, that is what we call